What's good, my YouTube fam? Reese Rockman aka Rock God Fitness. Now before this video starts, I just want to say thank you for clicking on it, and please like and share it if you found it insightful, useful, and you can relate. So what this video is just me discussing my current back day, which I actually got from a guy named Jeff Nippards, and I'll link his channel down below and his video as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Please sit back, relax, and hope you learn something. So guys, the first exercise we have here is a one-arm lat pull in. Now this is mainly for getting the lats to fire and to get the blood moving through the muscle. It's not a form of pre-exhaustion. Now pre-exhaustion is doing an exercise at the start of the workout thinking it'll stimulate the muscle more in your following compound lifts. So for example, if you're doing chest, then some people will do 3 sets of a cable fly or something, and they'll do this for about 15 reps just to get blood in the muscle. But the mistake that a lot of people make is they'll take it to failure and treat it as an actual working exercise. Then they'll go over to the bench press and do it and think, okay, I feel the muscle working better, so I should be stimulating more fibers. This is unfortunately incorrect, and what studies have shown is that if you do this, there's actually an increase in tricep activation in the bench press instead of chest. So use it as a warm and active warm-up, getting the blood in the muscle, but don't take it to failure and don't put in a lot of effort in the exercise. Next exercise we have here is a lat pull down, which can be broken up into 3 grips and styles. You have your wide, medium, and close grip. Now the best grip in terms of lat recruitment would be the overhand medium width grip in front of the neck, and this is good in terms of safety as well as the amount of weight you can lift. Also make sure to have a slight lean back, which will actually allow more stimulation of the lats and just a bit of extra range of motion in my opinion. Now the middle grip also engages your biceps as well, so you'll be able to move more weight and make this a very good compound movement. The third exercise we have here is another variation of a pull down. It's the close grip neutral grip lat pull downs, and this is working the lats through shoulder extension, whereas in the first exercise, which was the lat pull ins, we were working the lats through their first function, which is lateral flexion of the spine. Also guys, another tip I forgot to say in the first clip is make sure to keep your hand underneath your lat so you can actually feel the lat work, and it makes sure that you're actually engaging the muscle correctly. Now with the neutral grip pull down, it'll activate the lower portion of your lats as well as an increase in range of motion, which will increase the trap and rhomboid activation. Now what you see on the screen here is a TBar row. Now Jeff does a chest supported TBar row, however my gym doesn't have that, so I opted for the normal TBar row. Also I like this a bit more than the chest supported TBar row because it makes me activate my abdominals and my lower back to stabilize. Another thing about good is you should always have a few rowing movements in your workout. The reason being is studies have shown that rows are just as good as activating while recruiting your lats. However, there's an increase in trap and rhomboid activation. So it's pretty much the best bang for your buck, so make sure to include a few in your workout. Now what you can see on the screen here is actually a variation of a one-arm cable row. I do this instead of a one-arm dumbbell row because I feel I get a better contraction and also I can control the weight more. What I'll do is I'll do 10 reps like I'm showing now. So I'll go on my knees, brace my arm on my leg and just pull with the elbow. I'll do 10 like that, and then a further 5 or so, 5 to 10 lying on the ground. The reason why I do this is because when I brace with my hand, I feel that I don't use my abs as much to stabilize, and I can just concentrate on squeezing the lat. And the reason why I go down to get in line with the machine is because it hits my lats in a different way, and I love the feeling. Just always make sure, guys, pull with the elbow, and if you can, use a thumbless grip. So pretty much just pull with your 4 fingers. Now, that finished off the lats. Now we're moving into the traps and rhomboids. Now this superset is with barbell shrugs and full range of motion lateral raises. Now for me, I feel barbell shrugs the best, and I can go heaviest on them compared to dumbbells. Now you also want to look in terms of how the fiber runs, like the fibers of the muscle, how they run. And with the traps, they run transversely, which means across. So you should be doing a movement that brings the shoulder blades together, like a row, pull down, etc. However, we are bodybuilders, and there is a thing called the mind-muscle connection, and this does play a major role. Because I remember back in the day when I didn't really know how to train, I used to do dumbbell flies, but I felt, and then the next day my lats would be sore, just because I was thinking of the wrong muscle working. Instead of thinking of my chest, I was like, okay, I feel it in my lats, and it ended up being a lat movement. Just an example. So the moral of this little rant was, if you feel it in your upper traps, then do it. If you don't, go for an alternate. The thing with the full range of motion lateral raise is go very light to start with, because it does put your shoulder in a very risky position, but I was only using 4 kg there, so it's not that heavy. And I'll do about 15 reps there. Also, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sets and reps on the screen for you guys, just so if you want to try it out, you can. Now the last rhomboid movement here, it is. The last rhomboid movement was a incline shrug, which works the rhomboids and the lower portion of the traps, which will just give your back that overall nice thick look, which is what I'm trying to increase, both lat width and lat thickness. Well, not lat, I need to work on my lat width and back thickness, and I feel that with this workout it will be achieved. I mean, I've got 5 years, so we'll see. And at the end of the workout, it is a pull day, so I do throw in some bicep curls, just some alternating, supinating bicep curls. Now the good thing about supinating curls is it takes the bicep through all its ranges of motion. So it takes it through the neutral grip, and then you twist at the top, which works the short head of the bicep, and then when you come up, you're working the long head. So you're getting 2-for-1 special again, and this is just another way to work out the bicep when you don't want to do a lot of exercise. So I do about 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.